Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, please hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and join. So anyways, if you are new, my name is Brianna, and I am a 19-year-old mom to my precious daughter, Alana Rose. So yeah. Anyways, guys, today's video, I also want to say I'm sorry that I have not posted all week. Things have been pretty crazy. I will be making it up to you guys. I will be posting sometime this weekend, and then I will start posting consistently again next week. So I am very sorry about that. Don't lose faith in me. I promise you guys I will be on top of it. Anyways, today's video is going to be a labor and delivery story time. I originally filmed this video when I first started my channel, but I didn't like how it looked, so I deleted it, which was very stupid because it was actually a really good video to say it was one of my first. So yeah, I was really stupid when I first started, and I was really scared of my parents and everything, and it was actually a really good video. She's watching The Incredibles in the background, so yeah. Anyways, guys, let's get straight into this video. So I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of kind of what happened. So I was a high-risk pregnancy. Pretty much from the start, they were not going to let me go long-term just because of issues with my pregnancy. So basically, I had an induction date set. I found out like a few weeks towards the end when I knew I was gonna get induced. I got induced at 36 going on the 37th week. So basically I went in July 23rd at 10 p.m. I had to be at the hospital. So basically what you do when you get to the hospital is you just sign paperwork, you get in your hospital gown, you get your IV started, and all of that good stuff. So after all that was done, it was probably around like 11 or 12 at night by that point, and basically after that, they gave me the pill underneath my tongue that dissolves, and it's some type of pill, I forgot, but it's supposed to start contractions within like 10 minutes after taking it. Well, in my case, they started back to back within 5 minutes, and it was bad. It kind of freaked me out because the nurses like ran into the room and they did not tell me like what was going on or anything. So it was very scary. I didn't know. Later on, my nurse told me your daughter's heart rate was dropping very, very low, and that's why they all came in there like that. And my boyfriend had left the room to go meet his dad and his stepmom and his sister, and all of this happened. And when they came in, they were like, what? Because there's like 3 or 4 nurses in there, and it was like, because you only have like, I only had one nurse, so there was so many in there, and it kind of like, it scared me at first because I didn't know what was going on, but she explained it. So pretty much every time I would have a contraction, Alana was not handling the contractions well, and her heart rate was dropping. So they had me laying on my right side like this all night, which was very uncomfortable. So they started having me lay on my right side, and then I got 2 shots in 2 different arms to completely stop the contractions, because I probably would have had her earlier if they had kept them going because of how consistent they had already become. So granted, I was only dilated at a 1 at that point when I first got there. So yeah. Anyways, throughout the night, they just watched Alana, and they had the monitor on me, obviously, to just keep track of everything. So throughout the night, her heart rate kept dropping, and my nurse was like, I just want, in the morning, I think she told me this right before the doctor was supposed to come in and start getting everything started. She was like, I don't think that he's going to let you continue at this point with her heart rate dropping, so I don't want you to get scared if we have to, you know, pull you out for an emergency C-section and whatnot. And I had already been told that that was a good possibility that I would have to have an emergency C-section, so I already had that in the back of my mind. I was nervous, but I just wanted to make sure that Jeremy was in the room and that he would be there, because if they had to rush me out and he wasn't there, you know, I was just scared and I was nervous at that point. But she called the doctor. He got there maybe an hour or two later, and that was around 9 or 10. And I had sat up in the bed. I was sitting up because at first they were making me like lay back, and it was very uncomfortable. And nothing progresses in pregnancy if you're just laying back in the bed. So as soon as I sat up, and this was after the doctor left. So when the doctor came in, no, actually, the doctor came in after. Okay, so I'm gonna X that part out and go to as immediately once I sat up in the bed and I sat in a butterfly position like my mother-in-law had told me to, my water broke instantly, like it broke. And I felt like a gush of something, and I thought it was blood, because, you know, the nurses had been coming in to check me pretty consistently, and it started to get painful. Yeah. Anyways, it would become very painful, and I had a little bit of bleeding, so I just thought, oh my gosh, I'm gushing blood, oh my gosh. So my mom called the nurse in there, and she was like, no, it's your water. Like, she looked and she was like, we'll do a test on it, and she was like, oh, no, that's your water. Like, your water broke. I was like, oh crap, this is going faster than what, like, I thought. So the doctor comes in and he's like, okay, we're going to let you continue to progress. You seem to be doing fine and whatnot. So that was probably like around 10 or 11 when all of that happened. I honestly was glad my water broke, because I didn't want them to have to break it, because I heard that can be very painful. So I was really glad. Once my water broke, that is when the contractions from hell started. Oh my gosh. So my contractions started, and I would have like a minute or two in between, and then they progressed to where I didn't even have, like, they weren't even a minute apart. So I'd have a contraction, and then I'd get like maybe a 1 minute break, and then the next one would come, or else I was just having them back to back, if I'm explaining this correctly. Or else I would just have them back to back with no breaks at all. And at first, when they first started, I was having them, but I was having a break in between, like I said, y'all. I'd get like, they were 1 to 2 to 3 minutes apart. But as they furthered and became more consistently, that is when I was not having even a minute apart. Before, they were just back to back to back. And let me tell you, it sucked so bad. I was begging my nurse. I was like, can I please get out of this bed? Like when I have period cramps, it's like a period cramp, but it's like 10 times worse. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. Like, it's 10 times freaking worse than a period cramp. But it reminded me of period cramps in some ways. So me, when I had period cramps, I would have them very, very badly. And I could not just lay and sit in bed, because that made it worse. And that's what I felt like when I was having contractions. Just sitting there and sitting there and sitting there was making it so hard. And it was making it so much more painful. So anyways, I asked, and they were like, you can't walk around, because they were just worried about her heart rate and how it was dropping. So they just wanted me to be hooked up to the monitor, and they did not want me to leave the bed at all. Like, I was having to pee in a bedpan. Like, that's how strict they were being on me about getting up. Like, I could not get out of bed. And it was very, very aggravating, and I just wanted to be able to not sit in bed and have to deal with the pain and just sit there, because it made it worse. I had a good support system though. Jeremy was just very nervous. I had never seen him so nervous in my life. Like, he became very sick, and he sat by me, but he kind of just watched, and he was really nervous. I don't know. I felt so bad because his stomach like got really sick, and they had to take him to get some food because I don't think he had eaten. So they took him down to the food court. Anyways, so I just wanted him by my side all this time because I was super scared he would miss something. I don't know. So, at that point, she let me sit on one of those big exercising balls, and I was rolling around, and my mom was rubbing my back, and my mom was rubbing my back or whatever. And so, when she would rub my back, it started to feel good at first, but towards the end, I just was at a point where, like, I had a bunch of people in the room, and I loved having everyone there, but I wanted my mom there especially, and I wanted Jeremy, but I was just at a point where I just wanted everyone to get their hands off me. I told my mom, I was like, you can just stop. I was like, it's not helping at this point. It's so bad. And finally, with the last contraction, I finally cried. And note, I was having these contractions without Pitocin, without anything. I was just going all natural, basically. And it was crazy. So they didn't do Pitocin on me or anything, because after my water broke, it was just like that. So anyways, I was like, okay. They checked me, I was at like a 5 or 6 dilated. I was like, okay, I want the epidural now. Like, so I'm waiting for the people to come give me the epidural, and it's taking them like 30-40 minutes, y'all, and I'm just sitting there upset, and I'm in pain, and I'm shaking. The contractions won't stop. And finally they get there, and they're like, okay, no one can be in the room. And I was kind of upset because my mom couldn't be in there, Jeremy couldn't be in there, so I was kind of like really upset, because I thought they like let at least like one person in the room, but they didn't. So I told Jeremy, I was like, it's fine. I was like, I need to get this done. Like, I don't care if anyone's in here. I'm in a lot of pain. Like, just please. So I went ahead and got the epidural. My nurse was very like supportive. She held me in place, because you're not supposed to move at all, because if you do move in any way, or they can put it in the wrong place, you can become paralyzed. It's just very, very serious. I did not really feel anything. I didn't even know they were doing it. I was just shaking the whole time, because they were doing it while I was having horrific contractions. And a part of me had wished that I had like asked for it earlier, before the contractions had become very bad. But looking back, I did it at the perfect time, because you guys will see why. Anyways, naturally you want to hold your breath when you're in pain. So I had to have an oxygen mask on to get my oxygen up, to get Alana's oxygen up, and just that's how I've always been when I'm in pain. I tend to hold my breath, and I had to break that day, because I realized I could not do that. Like, that was not good. So anyways, I basically, after that, I fell asleep. She continued to check how far along I was dilated. Then my mother-in-law said she heard me grunting. So let me give you a rundown. Pretty much, guys, I didn't mention this, the time frame, but when my water broke, it was probably around noon time, like 10 or 11-ish. So I got the epidural around 12 or 1. I slept for 2 hours, being checked consistently, and I started further dilating. So at that point, it was probably around 1 or 2, or probably around 2, that she came in and checked me and said she's at a 9. Not much longer. Not even an hour later. That's why I say this was probably at 2. I was at 10+ centimeters dilated, and my mother-in-law woke me up and was like, you're grunting, is it time? And I was like, I don't know, because I couldn't really feel anything. But apparently I was grunting in my sleep from what she told me. I was like, ugh. So anyways, the nurse came in and was like, hey, you're 10+ centimeters dilated, it's time. So Jeremy's asleep on the couch, because he's just coming off nights, and he's freaking tired and groggy, and he doesn't know what's going on. Well, they turned them big lights on, and my mom's waking him up, and she's like, it's time, and he's like telling everybody to leave him alone, because he's half asleep. Finally, he realizes what's going on, and he gets up, and he's just like, oh my gosh. So pretty much the nurse is like, I can deliver this baby, we don't have to wait on the doctor. But finally my doctor, he was quick, he came in, and they were just talking and laughing during the whole thing. And I'm sitting there on the bed, and they're telling me to push. So I pushed through 5 contractions, and she was born. Basically, they would like say, okay, if you feel a contraction coming, push. Well, they were all talking, so I was like, am I supposed to push or am I not? So I was like, I'm pushing, and so I'd start pushing, and I didn't scream or anything. They were kind of shocked. I was just like pushing, and so I continued to push through 5 contractions when she came, and it was crazy. What was hard for me and what I felt more pain was when I delivered the placenta. That, and I have pictures of my facial expressions, that was more painful than delivering Alana, because I did have a cyst on my placenta. And if you want to know basically why my pregnancy was a high risk, I can make a video on that and explain more, but I did have a cyst on it, and it was very, very, very much more difficult for me to deliver the placenta. So, my hair, y'all. So anyways, guys, basically I pushed through 5 contractions, she was here, and that was it. And it was crazy. It was a crazy experience, and I just couldn't believe that I took it as well as I took it, because my pain tolerance is like 0 to none. My pain tolerance is like, I have no pain tolerance, and everyone was like everyone was saying I was a champ and everything, because of just, even my mom was shocked, but even how I was handling it the whole time. It was a very amazing experience, and I love telling this story because I just can't believe like how it all happened. And truly I was blessed. I was very blessed that my delivery went as good as it went, and Alana was healthy, and I was just very happy that she didn't have to go to NICU or anything like that. I was just very, very, very blessed. And yeah, guys, that is my labor and delivery story, and I wish I would have vlogged it, but I wasn't doing YouTube back then. But it was awesome, it was amazing, and yeah. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed my labor and delivery story time. I hope I wasn't too all over the place, I don't know. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and join us in this awesome journey. So anyways, guys, I will see you guys again soon. Be looking for a video either Friday or Saturday. I promise you guys I will be posting either Friday or Saturday again, and I will be posting consistently next week. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and everyone have a blessed day.